Everyday English Podcast
by English Talking Today.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to English Talking Today, the podcast where we talk, we laugh, and we learn English together. I'm Jane.
And I'm David. And if you are listening to us for the very first time, welcome. We are so glad you found us.
Yes, whether you are listening from India, Japan, Vietnam, the Philippines, or anywhere else in the world, this podcast is for you.
That's right. This is a place where English learners at every level can come and feel comfortable. You don't need to be perfect. Nobody here is perfect.
Definitely not. And David, you know what I was thinking about this morning?
What?
I was thinking about all the funny mistakes I made when I was learning English. Like, I remember one time I wanted to say I was embarrassed, but I said I was pregnant because in some languages, those two words are very similar.
Oh no! That is a classic mistake. I've heard that one so many times. It's such an easy mistake to make.
Right, and that is exactly why we started English Talking Today, because learning a language is hard. It can feel scary. You make mistakes, and sometimes you feel like, oh, why am I even doing this?
Yes, and we want to say to everyone listening right now, those feelings are completely normal. Every single person who speaks English well today went through the same thing. Every single one.
Absolutely. And the most important thing is that you keep going, you keep practicing, you keep showing up. And that is what this community is all about.
Exactly. This is a community. When you listen to English Talking Today, you are not alone. You are learning together with thousands of other people around the world who have the same goal as you.
I love that. Okay, so today we have a really great episode. We are going to talk about real English, the kind of English that you actually use in everyday life. Not just textbook English, but the phrases, the expressions, and the situations that come up when you are actually speaking with people.
Yes, and this is so important because a lot of English learners, they study grammar, they study vocabulary, they know a lot of rules, but then when they try to have a real conversation, they feel stuck, they feel nervous, they don't know what to say.
Yes. And why do you think that happens, David?
I think it happens because textbooks teach you the structure of English, but they don't always teach you how English actually sounds in real life. Real people don't always speak in perfect, complete sentences, right?
That is so true. Real people say things like, "Hey, how's it going?" Not, "Hello, how are you today?" Real people say, "Yeah, totally," instead of, "Yes, I completely agree." The language is more relaxed, more natural.
And that's what we want to help you with. We want you to feel comfortable with natural, everyday English, the kind of English you would hear if you were sitting in a cafe with a friend or chatting with a coworker or just watching a TV show.
Okay, so let's get into it. Today, we want to talk about some real-life situations where people use English every day. And the first situation we want to talk about is greeting people, meeting someone for the first time, or seeing someone you know.
Oh, this is a good one because in many countries and many cultures, the way you greet someone is very important. And when you're learning English, sometimes the greetings can feel very formal, very stiff. Like, do I say, "How do you do?" or "What's up?"
Right, the range is so big. Okay, so let's talk about some natural ways to greet people in English. David, if you walk into the office in the morning and you see your colleague, what do you say?
I would probably say something like, "Hey, good morning. How are you doing?" Or even just "Morning." Short and simple.
Yes, and that word morning, just morning without good, that is very common in casual speech. People shorten things, they drop words, and that is totally normal.
Now, let's look at a key vocabulary word here. The word is casual, C-A-S-U-A-L. Casual means relaxed, informal, not too serious. So when we say casual speech, we mean the way you talk with friends, not the way you talk in a job interview.
Great point. And that brings us to another important idea, knowing your situation. In English, we change the way we speak depending on who we are talking to and where we are. This is called register. That's another vocabulary word, register.
Register, Register. So a formal register is when you speak more carefully, more politely, like in a business meeting or when you talk to someone older who you don't know well. And an informal register is when you are relaxed, with friends, with family, in everyday situations.
And a lot of English learners mix these up, right? They speak very formally all the time, even with friends. Or sometimes the opposite. They speak too casually in a professional situation.
Yes, and it can feel a little awkward. I remember a student who always said, "I would be most grateful if you could pass the salt," at a dinner table among friends.
Oh my goodness. That is so polite, but also so funny. And look, that is not wrong. It is just, a little more formal than the situation needs.
Exactly. So the key is to observe. Listen to how people around you speak. Listen to the English Talking Today podcast. And notice how the language changes in different situations.
I love it. Okay, so we talked about greetings. Now let's talk about another very common situation, asking for help or asking for information. This happens all the time. You're in a new city, maybe you're in Mumbai or Seoul or Tokyo, and you need to ask someone for directions. What do you say?
Ooh, good one. So first, in English, when you want to stop someone and ask them something, you usually start with a polite phrase to get their attention. Something like, "Excuse me," or "Sorry to bother you, but..."
Yes, and that phrase, sorry to bother you, is really useful. It shows that you are being polite, that you understand the other person is busy, and you appreciate their help. Let's break that down. Bother means to disturb someone or to take up their time.
Bother, Bother. And when you say "sorry to bother you," you are really saying, "I know you are busy, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I need a little help." It's very polite and very natural.
And then after that, you ask your question. And a nice tip here, use could you or can you instead of just demanding something. So instead of saying, where is the train station, you say, excuse me, could you tell me where the train station is?
Such a small change, but it makes a big difference. It sounds so much more natural and polite.
Let's do a little example together, David. Let's pretend I'm a traveler in a new city and you are a local person. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. Excuse me, sorry to bother you, but could you tell me how to get to the nearest coffee shop?
Oh, of course. So you go straight down this street and then you turn left at the traffic light and it's right there on the corner. You can't miss it.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
No problem at all. Have a great day.
And there you go. A simple, natural conversation. Did you notice how David said no problem at all? That is a very common response when someone thanks you. Instead of just you're welcome, which is a little more formal, no problem or no problem at all sounds more casual and warm.
Yes, and another one you hear a lot is of course or sure thing. These are friendly, warm ways to respond when someone asks you for help.
Okay, let's move on to another situation that I know a lot of English learners find difficult, and that is small talk.
Oh yes, small talk. This is, for many people, the hardest thing about English conversation.
Let's explain what small talk is first. Small talk is light, casual conversation about everyday topics. It's not a deep, serious discussion. It's the kind of conversation you have when you're waiting for the bus or when you meet someone at a party and you don't know them well.
And small talk topics are usually things like the weather, the weekend, food, or just general friendly comments like, "Oh, it's so hot today, isn't it?" Or, "Did you have a good weekend?"
And for many people, especially people from cultures where conversation tends to be more direct, more meaningful, small talk can feel pointless. Like, why are we talking about the weather? We both know it's hot.
Right. But small talk has a very important social function. It's a way of showing friendliness. It's a way of saying, I see you. I acknowledge you. I am open to talking with you. It's like a social handshake.
I love that. A social handshake. That's a great way to put it. So even if the content of small talk feels a little bit unimportant, the act of doing it is actually very meaningful socially.
Exactly. And once you get comfortable with small talk, conversations become so much easier because you have a way to start, a way to connect, and then from there, the conversation can go anywhere.
So let's give some useful small talk phrases. David, what are some of your favorites?
Okay, so some really useful ones. How's everything going? That's a nice, open, friendly question. Or, what have you been up to lately? Which means, what have you been doing recently? That's a great one.
Oh, I like what have you been up to? That's a really natural one. And a good way to respond to that is, oh, not much, just keeping busy, or actually, a lot has been happening, depending on your situation.
Yes, and here's a tip for small talk. Ask follow-up questions. Don't just answer and go quiet. Show interest in the other person. If they say, oh, I went hiking this weekend, you could say, oh, really? Where did you go? Or, that sounds fun. Do you hike often?
Such a good tip, because one of the things that makes conversation feel natural and easy is when both people are participating, both people are showing interest. It's not just one person talking and the other person nodding.
Yes, conversation is a two-way street. Another vocabulary phrase there. A two-way street means that something requires effort and participation from both sides, not just one.
Beautiful. Okay, we have covered so much today. We talked about greetings, we talked about asking for help, and we talked about small talk. And I think the big message in all of this is real English is about connection.
Yes, it's not about being perfect. It's not about using the most complicated grammar. It's about making a connection with another person. It's about being understood and understanding others.
And the only way to get better at that is to practice, to speak. Even when you feel nervous, even when you make mistakes, and you will make mistakes, we all do, just keep going. Every conversation you have is a step forward.
I really believe that. And I want to say something to everyone who is listening right now who maybe feels a little bit scared about speaking English. I want you to know your effort is something to be proud of. Learning a second language is one of the hardest and most rewarding things a person can do.
Absolutely. And we are here cheering for you every single step of the way. That is what English Talking Today is all about.
So let's do a quick summary of what we covered today. First, we talked about greetings, how real, natural greetings in English are often short, casual, and warm. Words like morning or how's it going are completely normal and very common.
Second, we talked about asking for help, using polite phrases like excuse me and sorry to bother you, and using could you to make your requests sound natural and friendly.
And third, we talked about small talk, those light, casual conversations that act as a social handshake. They help you connect with people and make conversations feel more comfortable and natural.
Such great takeaways. And our message to you is simple. Practice a little every single day, even 5 minutes, even just saying one English phrase out loud. It all adds up. Progress is progress, no matter how small.
And we will be back very soon with our next episode, where we are going to talk about more real-life situations that you can use right away. You won't want to miss it.
Before we go, we have one small favor to ask. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to English Talking Today. It really helps us reach more learners around the world. And if you liked what you heard, please give us a like and share this episode with a friend who is also learning English.
Yes, share it with your classmates, your coworkers, your family members, anyone who wants to improve their English in a fun, relaxed, and real way.
We would love to hear from you too. Leave us a comment, send us a message. We read everything. tell us where you're listening from today. Are you in India, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Brazil? Tell us.
We love hearing from our community. You are the reason we do this.
All right, that is all for today. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep talking.
See you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Bye-bye, everyone. You've got this.